economic support following the West's decision to impose sanctions on the Kremlin following the invasion of Ukraine. From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
Good morning. It's KCHW 102.7, getting started with your Thursday morning show. Unfortunately, we're missing our Chuck Ritchie today, but you do have me, myself, Scott Allen, and the one and only Alan Milani. All right. Live from the carpet store on the back side of the building. All right. I like that. Live from the carpet store. I think maybe you should get rid of the background on the video feed for Harley Davidson and just have rolls of carpet and stuff. And
you think so?
Yeah. I don't know. That might be advertising, and we are a nonprofit. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one.
All right. Since we couldn't do the Three Amigos sound effect, I did prepare this for us just because, well, you know, when it's just me and you.
We are two wild and crazy guys.
That day we spent in jail. Yeah.
That wasn't my fault, by the way.
I know. That's when Alan looked at me and said, "Really?" I'll take full responsibility. All right.
We were in college. We needed the money.
That's right. You are a graduate of 1984, aren't you?
88.
88. Oh, you're
88.
that much younger than me. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow, you're making me feel ancient again. Thank you, Mr. Milani.
Sorry, man.
All right. We were talking off mic, and I was mentioning that I'm looking into putting a very small campground in the backwoods. And Alan was saying if I did that, he would come visit. And I said I would let him stay for free. And then I quickly said, well, half price.
Yeah, you lie a lot.
You said it was free. I don't know. I just got the idea, and I was talking about this a couple weeks ago with Shelley Stevens and talking about motel availability and tourism in the Tri-County area. And I was talking about here on the coast of Maine, they've went because the motels are really expensive. I mean, the motels I think everywhere have really shot up. You know, you used to be able to get a room at Motel 6 for $60, and now Motel 6 I think is probably more like $120.
Tom Baudette's turning off the lights.
Trying to save power.
Yeah.
But motel rooms, cheap ones, anywhere from $200 to $400 going up the coast, depending on demand. I saw rooms easily for $1,000, $1,400 a night.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. So the B&B thing has like taken off, but taken a step even closer to camping. People putting up tents in their backyard and renting them out. Now, granted, these are people that have beautiful backyards. You know,
right.
so you feel like you're in the woods and in the camping. And they've really done them up. Some of them are like those yurt-style cathedral tents and things like that. And they're fully furnished. So it's like turnkey camping. You just kind of show up, and there you go. Also, if people have wooded backyards, putting little camping cabins in them and stuff. I stayed in a portion of a people's house that they had blocked off, and actually a little 2-story B&B. So when I went up to the second story is where the living room and the little mini kitchen was, but it had a view of the lake from on the second story. So it was really cool having this little B&B with the being able to go upstairs and have that giant picture window looking out at the lake and stuff. So very cool. I really enjoyed it.
Fantastic.
And much cheaper than a motel room. I think that B&B cost me $120 a night, and they weren't greedy people where they strap on another like $80 cleaning fee.
Right.
You know, really, I'm one person. I'm there for 2 days. I'm not going to make a big mess. They had like a $20 cleaning fee, which I thought was totally reasonable.
Nice.
So that's one of the things to watch, you know, if you're out there doing the B&B thing is watch the fees they tack on the backside. Some people won't do any. Others will do very reasonable ones. And then some people you can just tell they're greedy.
Right.
So, but that's what I'm thinking. A couple RV spots and camping cabins and see how it goes.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. And a great way to meet people.
Yeah.
You know, other than radio, the funnest job I ever had is managing a campground. I managed a couple of them. One was a private campground and one was a KOA. Both of them loads of fun because people that are camping are generally happy. It's service industry, but it's you don't get the angry people that you do in other services. 99% of people that are camping are happy. They're away from home. They're on vacation. Especially if you give them some good customer service when they show up at your campground.
Right.
One of the things I was adamant about is every person who came in the campground had to be led to their campsite on a golf cart, because you've been driving all day. You're tired. You're road worry. Now you got to go drive around this maze of a campground to find your spot and then back in. And it was we got high marks in customer service all the time from the corporate. We won awards and stuff just because we took all that stress out of the visitor showing up at the campground. You got led to your spot, so they jump off the golf cart, help park you. So you don't got to worry about running into that electrical pedestal or anything like that. So it just makes, that kind of thing. I think when you're camping and you've been on the road all day, makes it a little better. So, anyway,
Brenda and I have looked into that a little bit too, with like state parks and bigger parks and stuff, where you drive around and you be a camp host for like 6 months at a time.
I did that for a summer. They call it work camping. There's a whole subculture for it, a big website called workcamper.com where you can look around the country and find places where you can work along the way, and it's generally for a free campsite. I did find one, and that's how I got set up with KOA. I was just going to be a work camper there, and I ended up getting the manager's job. And ended up staying there, but I was only going to be there for like a month and a half doing this work camper job, because you'd work 3 days a week. That one actually paid minimum wage on top of your free campsite. You work 3 days a week, so then you got 4 off. And I was I was 100 miles from Glacier, 100 miles from the Black Hills in South Dakota, and 100 miles from Yellowstone. So it was a perfect kind of central area. And 3 days a week renting camp spaces was pretty easy work at the time. But that was years ago, so I'm sure stuff's changed a little bit, like everything does.
Yes, it does.
But if you're retired, there's a whole subculture out there where you can get like easy jobs, where you're just working off your camp space for showing people around the campground and that kind of stuff. So.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, the weird thing here is everybody's got a truck and a razor. Everybody.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, wow, $60,000 truck, $20,000 razor.
Yep.
Where do you get a job like that?
Yeah.
Wow, and it's like everybody has them. It's it's kind of a crazy, I don't know. Everywhere, I've been and spent time, there's something different. Like in North Dakota, everybody's got a big truck and a street bike, which amazes me because most of the roads in North Dakota are gravel.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, and I just don't think, street bike's probably not the best thing on gravel, just saying.
Right.
Yeah. You've got one, right? Do you like to drive it on gravel?
No, I do not, sir.
No, sir. No, sir. All right. We should probably take a look at that weather forecast, huh? All right.
Let's do it.
You guys are out of the heat and your warning. So yesterday we had the dirty air warning and we had a flash flood warning. You're looking pretty good today. Both those warnings have been taken away. Has your air cleared, Alan?
It's a lot clearer than it was.
But it's still smoky, huh?
You can see a little bit of lingering smoke, but it's nothing now.
Well, they've lifted the breathing advisory. Another reason to put on a mask. All right, 74 degrees for your high temperature today. Sun and clouds mixed. 50 for an overnight low with some clouds. Slight chances of rain under 5%. Same deal as you roll into the weekend. Friday 71 and 43, just a 5% chance of rain. Saturday 68 and 45. Maya is your weather changed. 5% chance of rain under mostly cloudy skies. Then Sunday you've got a 20% chance of rain, high of 72 and a low of 44. Looking ahead next week in the 10-day forecast, looks like you're going to hang out around 70. So nice little break there. And then the following weekend, you're going to get back up into the 80s. So that's kind of weird. Little Indian summer boost for you there. Today I had the warning, and today we have really strong winds and a small craft advisory. So I will not be going out on the ocean in my canoe. That's all I can afford is a canoe with a pretend sail.
A mini craft.
Yes, a mini craft. Yeah, small craft advisory. I imagine there's some big waves out on the ocean today. That'd be cool to go see.
Oh, I bet there are.
All right. Looking at a few news stories. A couple headlines that caught my eye was the new one. It says, "What causes long COVID and its strange array of symptoms? Some researchers have clues." And I read through the story. It was quite long and came up with this. Although millions of Americans are still suffering the effects of COVID-19 infection, the causes of long COVID remain a mystery. It's like the most pointless story ever. They had some ideas that you might have a lingering infection that doesn't show up with tests. Maybe it triggered, which is what I believe happened to me. It triggers your immune system into overdrive, so you start having other problems. But yeah, they still don't know.
Right.
Let's see. The other one was another COVID one that says, "Here's what may be happening every time you get COVID." So like these people that have gotten it multiple times, it says it's felt like the world's longest dodgeball game. I like that. And I think I want to touch you. Only a few players remain untouched by the virus that has killed over 1 million people in the U.S. and seriously injured or otherwise impacted millions more around the world. It's clear it's here to stay, which suggests annual rounds of unpredictable game that no one has agreed to play. I like the whole beginning of that. Yeah, go away. What does life with COVID strikes our immune system over and over again look like? They say repeat infections can happen all the time with the flu and respiratory viruses, but this is a whole brand new ballgame with the SARS-CoV-2, unlike any other virus we've seen before, and it can affect nearly every organ and system in the body. Even after months of infection subsides, it has a high mutation rate with the potential to produce immunity-evading variants. So really no new news there other than repeated attempts can cause damage, or repeated, what would you say, catching of this virus, infections,
right.
Can cause, they think, internal damage to organs. And this is, that's why they say it's so new. This is the first coronavirus that can actually hurt your internal organs and attack them. So
yeah, that's ugly.
So those of us who have had it and made it through it like a normal cold, we're consider yourself lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've had it too, right? Yeah, you missed.
I have.
You missed over there. So
I went through it.
Yeah, fun. Now Michelle, our station manager, keeps bragging how she hasn't had it yet.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on her, okay?
You know, those are the people that we should actually be researching on. is the
Yeah,
people
we should
that
use her
haven't
like
had
a
it.
guinea pig and find out what she's got that the rest of us don't, right? Because I'm sure she's
Right.
by now she's been exposed to it. You hear that, Michelle? You're the new guinea pig.
I'm coming over with a shot.
We're gonna take some blood. Don't worry about it. It'll be a small 20 vials.
People seem to have this natural built-in ability to fight off infections or avoid.
I think they'd
infections like
be
that?
looking into that. You would think so. That would be.
Yeah.
I know. I had a nephew who never was vaccinated and caught it, and they begged him to donate blood. So afterwards, he was like going in every week and giving him some blood or plasma. I don't know which it was, because they use his natural. When somebody hasn't been vaccinated and they catch COVID, they can use their antibodies to make the antigen that they give you when you do
Right.
catch COVID. The monoclonal antibodies. That's what they use, is people that have had it, their antibodies, they can use that to make more monoclonal antibodies. So
Right.
He said he was giving back. He was paying it forward in some weird way by donating blood so they could make more clonal
So
antibodies.
Stanford released results from a study on 5 to 12-year-olds, and it showed that those that had the naturally acquired immunity, their immunity waned less quickly than those that got vaccinated. When they got vaccinated, their natural immunity dropped to 0 quickly.
Weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. And that came out of Stanford.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. Moving along this morning, there was talk of Russian microwaves messing with American minds. This started back in the 50s when they thought American diplomats were being pulsed with something.
Right.
And it happened again a few months ago. So it's back on the, I guess, scientists, government scientists, it's back on their minds anyways. What they did you hear that story from a few months back where a bunch of diplomats got really, really sick at an embassy, and I can't even remember. I'm trying to pull it up. What
Wasn't
state?
it Venezuela?
And they were thinking that they had been targeted again by Russians, microwaves, sound weapons, and now there's this whole industry, within the government of weaponizing sound and microwaves. And researching the possible weaponization of them. And microwaves are pretty easy to weaponize because, you go to any radio tower on the planet and there's a big sign that says, look out, radiation. And, when I first started in radio, they were like, yeah, you don't stand in front of those dishes. They cook you from the inside out. And I know on top of being on top of the KXOY building, everything's really fenced off and stuff so that you can't place your body in front of one of the dishes that are shooting up to the mountain. Very dangerous. All right. Fun techie stuff anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they call it a brain weapons arms race. That's what it was called.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And let's see here if they hit it. They were bombarding the U.S. Embassy in Moscow at the time. Yeah. Those Russians, they're always up to something no good. Why is that?
Yeah.
All right. Moving along, some people might think it's a waste of money. This is some money being used by the new Build Back America plan, long-delayed plan to dismantle Interstate 375, a 1-mile depressed freeway. This doesn't mean it's sad. It's lower. In Detroit, that was built years ago. They call it the racist interstate. It was built by demolishing black neighborhoods 60 years ago. Was a big winner of federal money on Thursday, the first Biden administration grant awarded to tear down a racially divisive roadway. The $104 million project is among the grants handed out to 26 projects nationwide, all from the 2021 bipartisan infrastructure laws. It allows Michigan to move forward with a plan to transform this stretch in Detroit into a street-level boulevard, reconnecting surrounding neighborhoods and adding amenities like bike lanes. Black Bottom and Paradise Valley, two of the city's predominantly African-American neighborhoods, were raised as part of the 1950s creation of an interstate highway system, displacing 100,000 black people and erecting a decades-long barrier between downtown and those communities. Kind of segregating them off there in the 50s. And it's all going to be opened back up. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. A lot of times we hear these highway plans and you kind of scratch your head with what the money's going to. But I don't know. I'm okay with that. All right. One more here. Oh, I didn't know Brett, how do you say his name? Favre?
Brett Favre.
Was in a whole bunch of trouble.
Yes, yep, that came out today.
Yeah, huge. New revealed text messages show how deeply a Mississippi governor was involved in the state, paying more than $1 million in welfare money to Brett to help fund one of the retired NFL's pet projects. Instead of the money going to help low-income families in one of the nation's poorest states as intended, it was funneled through a nonprofit group and spent on a new $5 million volleyball facility at the university the football star and the governor both attended. Is this criminal? Can they go to jail, or are they just going to get fined?
I don't know. They'll probably get a slap on the hand.
The one thing is, I'm sure they both have deep enough pockets to pay the money back, and they should have to, I'd say, tenfold.
Right.
For cheating. Why do people cheat? Why does everybody want to cheat? All right. On to Ukraine. Vladimir Zelensky in a car accident early this morning, but he's okay. It's like, those headlines that suck you in. It's like, oh, my gosh. Wow. Right. Was this a plot or something? No, just a simple car crash. No serious injuries from anybody. I don't think anything was afoot, which was kind of disappointing. Did you get to see the video of the Queen's Guard at the coffin passing out?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, he stumbles to the right a couple steps, and then he re-centers himself in front of the coffin, and then he just does the face plant.
Oh.
He stood too long, I guess, with his legs, locked.
His knees locked, yeah.
Of course, everybody, on the internet played off it. I bet that big hat gets warm.
Probably.
Yeah. And it's funny how people get angry in the media frenzy of this with Queen Elizabeth II's passing. They found time to really get angry about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, saying they need to have their titles revoked and all this other kind of stuff. And It's like, why don't you let your anger, rest for a while?
Yeah.
All right, here's a fun one. I didn't see it in Odd News, so I'm going to do it because it'd be a great Odd News story. Thai man attempted to secretly film a woman in a public restroom. On Sunday, a 17-year-old man allegedly entered a woman's restroom in a Japanese restaurant located in a special district in Thailand and attempted to film a woman in a stall. The 28-year-old woman who reportedly works at the restaurant noticed the phone peeking over her stall and immediately chased the man outside. CCTV video of the incident, the 90-year-old tries to flee on his motorcycle, but the woman catches him, grabs him, begins to beat him, swinging punches and kicking him. He knocks her to the ground. She does a backwards roll, pops up, it's all on video, pops up on her feet, and continues to beat him.
Wow. Good.
Yeah. Turns out she had a black belt.
Little street justice never hurt anybody.
Oh, I love street justice. It says the woman runs back to the restaurant as employees grab her to the front. She snatches the phone from the man and shows the evidence of what he had done to the coworkers and the police before deleting the video.
Wow.
All right, so he got caught and everything, but you love that. And I don't know, I've always been highly attracted to women that can beat people up. Just, like Underworld, the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, she's got leather and she's kicking butt. She's
But
my
that
new
was
hero.
Kate Beckinsale, too.
Oh, yeah.
How could you not appreciate that kind of abuse?
There used to be a sci-fi show called Farscape, and I remember my wife at the time said, "Why do you love that girl so much?" And I said, "Because she wears leather and beats people up."
Farscape was awesome.
What a weird show. Jim Henson's son was one of the co-creators of that show, as well as Rockne Bannon. And the Muppets, basically. That show had a Muppet thing to it. I mean, they were supposed to look like space creatures, but you could tell somebody from the Muppets had a hand in it.
Right. I never really wrapped my head around Pilot being alive or sentient.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, too.
Yeah.
So, and if you're like looking for something on Netflix or something, that's kind of a old show that if you're into sci-fi, you can revisit. That was pretty fun, actually.
I think they still play it on FX.
Yeah, I was just watching it on, I don't know if it was Hulu or something. One of those channels has it, so I got a whole list of them now. I think I'm up to paying as much as I would for in these stupid $10 a month streaming services. I think I'm back up to what a cable bill used to cost me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not saying I share logins with anybody in the family, but I do.
Delete.
Drug dealer shorted on money in Florida. What does he do? He goes to his job, he gets a backhoe, and he crushes the other lady's truck.
Oh, my goodness.
I'd say since it involved drugs, they both deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently the cop said the entire time he's crushing her pickup with the backhoe and they can't stop him. He's laughing.
Well, at least he got some form of, I don't know, would you really call it justice for both illegal activities?
No, well, they both, she didn't get arrested. So it was because she didn't have money to pay.
Right.
Yeah. So she never even got like a solicitation for drugs or something like that. All right. Worries that our Russian Putin might use some nuclear weapons because he's losing are getting stronger and stronger. According to Ukraine, they intercepted a communication from a Russian soldier to his dad that says, "We have nowhere to run. We're losing horribly."
Oh, my goodness.
It says they just keep advancing, and there's the transcript of the phone call. They just keep advancing and advancing. Everything's bad, Dad. So they should just stop. Can't we all just get along just a little bit? All right. Done. And we are done. There is all the news headlines I had scavenged this morning. And look, nothing too political. Yay. All right, let's move on to bits and breaks. I think up first is Alan Milani with four things Scott didn't know yesterday.
So you didn't know yesterday that tarantulas can live up to 30 years.
30.
Provided you don't squash them when you see them.
That makes for a good pet, though.
A tarantula?
Yeah, because you could keep it around for 30 years.
Sure.
And parrots are dangerous because they can live up to like 100 years.
That's
so
true.
if you get a large bird, not the littler ones, but the big birds, you actually need to will them to somebody because they can outlive you. So, all right. Sorry.
Don't iguanas live a long life too?
I don't know.
I think they've got a pretty long lifespan, and they get really, really attached to whoever's caring for them too.
Oh. I saw that. You wouldn't think a lizard would have emotions like that, but I saw a large iguana, and every time Mom went up and scratched him, his jowls would swell up, and they'd get all rosy. He was so happy that she was giving him attention.
Nice.
Or in love.
Nice.
Iguana love. All right, I'll stop there.
So here's one that kind of piques the curiosity. It's hundreds of years ago, only the wealthy wore underwear.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's why they got rid of the kilt.
Now I've got a reason to throw all mine away.
Oh, man. Could you imagine having the plumber come over?
Can you fix that crack, please?
And everything else, too.
Yeah, all of it.
All right.
Cover it up. The average adult produces about a half liter of flatulent gases per day, resulting in about 14 occurrences of flatulent gas per day.
Alan.
That's a lot of gas.
That is.
How do you measure that?
Yeah. And as you like to say, I'm going to say the opposite. Those aren't rookie numbers.
No, that seems a little excessive.
Yeah.
And last but not least, a slug has 4 noses.
Four
noses.
4 noses. All right. I've got a couple here. First one is, what do you collect? All right. I'm looking for, and you can post this on Facebook today, too, on our Facebook page, on our feed. If you have something that you collect that's kind of odd. Do you collect anything?
Not on purpose. but yeah, I collect empty boxes. Like every time you buy something, I hang on to the box just in case it doesn't work so I can repack it in that box and take it back to wherever I got it from. So I have all these empty boxes everywhere because everything I've gotten generally works. So, yeah. And then I never get around to breaking them down and recycling.
All right. Chuck just popped in and said actual reason he isn't on the show today is his computer won't work.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad you're listening at least, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
We'll make more fun of you later. So you collect boxes and dust. All right.
Boxes and dust.
I used to collect things. I had a couple. One of them was knives. I used to have like this huge knife collection. I don't know what happened to it. I can't remember giving it away. It just kind of disappeared over the years. And I'm worried I might have left all those knives stuck in someone.
Uh-oh. That's going to come back and haunt you.
I mean, and out of that collection, I think I have 2 left. And I had this huge knife collection. I don't remember giving it to anybody. It just slowly disappeared, I guess, over the years. And I had some really nice, dangerous knives in there.
Right.
I don't think they were illegal. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, one of my other things, now this was one that I did on purpose. I had a watch collection.
Well, there you go.
Like wristwatches and stuff.
Yeah, they'd come in handy today, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jet, who's filled in on the show before, he wears a watch, and that just blows me away because it's something you really don't see. Do you have a watch on?
I do.
You do? All right, look at that. You're so old school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. It's just a thing you don't, it's definitely not as common.
Right.
What do they call them? They call them a monocular.
Monocle.
A monocle, that's it.
Yep.
I would love to have a monocle and a pocket watch, and a really tall hat.
And a cane.
And I got the cane. Sometimes I even need it.
Mr. Peanut.
Yes. Oh, hey. That's my Halloween outfit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now you got a reason to get a monocle and a pocket watch.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. I used to collect the Hot Wheels. All right. I think I kept the cool ones. I got like 5 left. They're all the 70s hot rods, like my Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am, that kind of stuff. So.
Some of the Hot Wheels are worth money.
Not mine. I played with all of them. I used them.
Yeah.
They're all scratched up, and sometimes they took jumps because I had the big racetrack. And
right.
Yeah. And then as a boy, you do things where you set something on fire, and the car has to go over the bridge through the fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it kind of messes up your Hot Wheels.
Been there.
Not advising that kind of stuff for kids. Playing with fire is dangerous. All right. What's the worst day for Scott to get dumped?
Well, that would be any day.
Any day. Absolute worst day to get dumped, Valentine's Day.
Ooh.
The day someone important in your life has passed away.
Yeah.
Your birthday. Think about breaking up, though, before the birthday and before Valentine's Day or the next one, Christmas. You're saving money. A lot of people break up before Christmas so they don't have to buy the presents.
True story.
The same day you've been fired.
Yeah.
You got fired? Oh, by the way, I'm leaving.
That would be a bad day.
At midnight on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
And the last one, Thanksgiving. What was the worst day the worst way, can you remember the worst way you ever got dumped?
I don't, it seems to me that it's all been a mutual thing.
What's the worst way you dumped someone, Alan?
I haven't.
I think my worst way, I was expecting I was gonna have a fun night with my girlfriend. She was supposed to be waiting at my house when I got off work, and she wasn't. And I checked the answering machine, and she dumped me on the answering machine.
Oh man,
that's the worst.
Lame.
And kept the key to my apartment, which kind of freaked me out. So
lame.
At least mail it back to me.
Something.
Yeah, something. All right. Let's see. Back to Alan.
The soup?
You want to do soup?
Let's do soup.
Let's do soup.
So how you eat your soup says something about you. Okay. With a large spoon, it says, while you see yourself as a risk taker, you're really not. You dream of big adventures, but really prefer the comfort of home.
Okay.
I like small spoons.
You do?
Yeah, I do. With a small spoon, you enjoy watching things unfold around you. You like to take time to enjoy life's pleasures. You're afraid of risks and big changes. You like things neat and tidy, including your relationships.
It does kind of sound like you.
That kind of sums me up. Yeah.
Yeah, you know Alan. He's that guy. He's got a small spoon.
Hey.
Sorry.
That just means smaller bowls.
That's right. You're eating healthy.
Yes.
You're not gorging yourself, because by the time you get done with that small spoon and that giant bowl of soup, you're tired. You don't want to eat anymore.
Food coma.
It's like 40 chews.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
If you drink it from a mug, you're unconventional. You like to do many things all at once. You like to do easy things first and then have huge chunks of hard work left over.
Once in a while I do the mug thing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more like the last one, though.
From the bowl?
Yeah, drink it.
Are you a slurper?
I am.
I'm a slurper.
And sometimes I do it over the sink so I don't make a mess.
Nice. Smart man.
Yes.
If you drink it from a bowl, you attack life. You're not afraid to try new and different things. You sometimes get into trouble for speaking your mind. You're not a very neat person, but you don't care.
That's so me.
Right.
I remember I'm the guy that wads up his towels and just sticks them in a drawer when they're clean. I ain't folding nothing. I'm messy. And to you small spoon people, I've got this.
No soup for you.
No soup for you.
No soup for you. All right. Killer quotes today. I'm building a fire. And every day I train, I add more fuel. At just the right moment, I light the match. All right.
Okay, then.
Sounds like the way I eat my soup.
Yeah.
All right. This one, that was from Mia Hamm. This one is from an unknown person. The things you do for yourself are gone when you die, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. I like that.
Whoever that was very smart.
Yes. The last one, the best years of your life are the ones in which you decide your problems are your own. You do not blame them on your mother, the ecology, or the president. You realize that you control your own destiny. Albert Ellis. Dun, dun, dun.
Robert Ellis should have been in Congress.
Man, that one hits me hard. All right. Crazy things your parents let you do, Alan.
My wife and I went out to eat over the weekend, and during our meal, we spotted a tot playing with the bus tubs and dishes on a bus cart. The little guy was probably between 3 and 4 years old, and he was happily playing with the dirty dishes in the bus tubs as mom and dad ate their meal and talked. That would be kind of annoying.
Yes, really annoying.
Yeah.
Did your parents ever let you do things that you shouldn't have done?
No, not really. My dad was pretty heavy-handed. He kept me in line pretty good.
Really?
Yeah.
My parents kind of, I guess, tempted fate with their kids because I did some pretty outrageous things. One of the things that was one of the most exciting things about winter in North Dakota was ice skating, which made it quite as more thrilling. I went faster than most people on ice skates because Mom would take the ski ropes off the boat in the wintertime and tie them onto the bumper of her 1968 Buick LeSabre.
Oh, my goodness.
And skate us across the lake.
Wow.
So, can you imagine? I'm sure we fell.
Are you sure she wasn't trying to kill you?
I'm sure we fell a lot, but I don't remember it. I don't remember falling. I just remember skiing behind the car.
That would be because of the concussions.
I guess. Yeah. I think she'd probably go to jail for that today, wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Putting ice skates on your kids and towing them across the lake at 30 miles an hour?
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's kind of fun. All right. You can't think of anything else?
No, I can't.
All right.
I really can't.
That's the one that really pops into my head, something my parents but it's funny that it's not something they let me do. It's something they did for me.
It's something they made you do.
Yeah, it's even more scary. All right. 4 things Alan Milani didn't know yesterday. This is called Payback.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's estimated that 118 billion people have died since humans began. Okay, that's a lot of people.
Did you say billion? Or
118 billion people have died since, as far as we can tell, humans started. All right. Candy maker Mars Incorporated once wrote to a Scottish pub saying it did not support the establishment's deep-fried Mars bar because it went against the company's commitment to promoting healthy, active lifestyles. What?
What?
They are so far from healthy.
Let's give you sugar.
Yeah.
It's healthy.
Yeah, deep frying it is just a step too far. Deep frying the sugar, bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Paleoanthropologists believe the first soup was made from hippo meat.
The first soup.
We should have included that in our soup stuff.
Huh.
The first soup was hippo.
Hippo.
All right. In 2012, White Castle tried to launch a new fast food concept called Laughing Noodle, which offered a menu of all noodles, from American mac and cheese to Asian noodle dishes. That is a place I would frequent.
I would probably go there.
I love noodles. All of them. No prejudice when it comes to a noodle.
I'm a ramen guy.
All right. Coming up after the weekend, this is a bonus for you. You're so lucky you get to do this one. Monday, I think so. I actually have a YouTube video where I teach you how to talk like a pirate. It's like a 5-minute video that I did one time just to be stupid. It's on our YouTube channel, so just Google Scott Talks Like a Pirate. And here's Alan's coming up on Monday, September 19th, Talk Like a Pirate Day. And here's Alan Milani with some reasons to raise your children as pirates.
Because if you give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, teach him to be a pirate and he'll steal other people's fish for a lifetime.
Arrgh.
Arr.
That'd be a good idea.
Well. I sound more Scottish.
You do. You're like a Scottish pirate, which is okay.
Which is okay.
Scottish pirate.
Arr, matey.
All right.
Divvy and a booty is good quality time with the kids.
Especially on Halloween.
On Halloween,
yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, come on in here and let Dad divvy up the booty here. Make sure I get all the red ones.
Plus, it gives you an excuse to say booty.
Yes, which is always fun.
When other parents hear you're raising your children as pirates, they'll stop asking you to volunteer at school. Yeah,
I like it.
Right.
Why is that weird to always talk like a pirate? We can't have
Sounds
it.
like a good way to get out of it.
Uh-huh.
It's fun to watch the emergency room doctor's reaction when you say your son was injured during a little mishap boarding a merchant vessel that refused to surrender. Nice.
Can I do the next one?
Yes, sir.
Your children already smell like pirates, so the transition will be easy. I've smelt those kids.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The family that plunders together stays together.
What are you guys doing this weekend? We're going out plundering.
We're going to go plunder.
We might pillage a little.
Aren't they pretty much the same thing?
I think so.
Yeah.
Can never decide which one I want to do, though. The plunder
I'm
or
not
the
a very
pillage.
smart man.
Yeah.
Replacing family movie night with family terrorizing the neighbors with cannons night is a wonderful change of pace. Yeah, I could get into that one, I think.
That's why in my backyard I set up a trebuchet.
A trebuchet.
Trebuchet! Love that. And if you don't know what a trebuchet is, it's a giant flaming, and I don't know, they're not rocks. What are they, like?
Well, they could be cows if you watch Monty Python at all.
Oh, the best the best trebuchet is a live trebuchet.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Let's see. How about we do this? This will be fun because I'm really horrible. You think you're bad at trivia? I'm even worse. You can do today's trivia, and we'll see if you... Were you listening yesterday?
No.
All right, we'll try. I have some other trivia I can try. So you do today's, and I'll do another day's worth of trivia. All right?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. I can do this.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
That's Scott versus Alan. What?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
This is going to be a travesty.
I feel like I really put myself on the spot. What was I thinking?
Am I going first or are you?
I don't care. You can go first. Can I do a joke first, though?
Do it.
All right. Drive-ins, kind of gaining in popularity, right?
Yeah.
Since COVID, they've
Right.
kind of had a resurgence. So it reminds me of this joke. Did you hear the one about the two guys from Idaho who froze to death at the drive-in theater?
No.
They went to see Close for the Winter.
Oh, wow. That was a long movie.
That's for my friends in Idaho. All right. I'll take your first trivia question.
All right. In order, the 5 most popular vegetables worldwide. Wait, should I be asking this? Yes. The 5 most popular vegetables worldwide are tomatoes, cabbages, onions, cucumbers, and what?
Potatoes.
No, sir. Any other guesses?
Lettuce?
If I give you a clue, it'll give it away. It's
Okay.
good for the eyes.
Carrots.
Yes, sir.
I'm so smart. SMRT.
I should have drug that out a little longer.
You should have.
Made you sweat.
I might not be as nice.
Right?
All right. Around 250,000 of these were sold in the United States in 2019. Despite the fact that I don't think anyone, or hardly anyone, has the ability to play them anymore.
Harmonicas? I don't know. Is it an instrument?
It's something your car could eat, and it would take you a really long time to get it put back together.
A cassette tape.
A cassette tape is right. National Audio Company of Springfield, Missouri is the largest manufacturer of professional quality audio cassettes in the country. Sold 250,000 cassette tapes in 2019. That doesn't even seem possible. All right.
Wow.
All right, hit me with your best shot.
A little bit of breakfast bingo, Scott.
Uh-oh.
They're good with gravy on them.
Biscuits.
Yes, sir. Some people think this is the best part of a cake.
The inside?
You can do better than
the
that.
icing.
Yes, sir. 9 is 1, so 2. What? 9 is 1, so is 2, and 27.
9 is 1. So is 2.
Don't overthink this.
It has to be an N, right?
Yes.
Say it again.
9 is 1. So is 2. And 27.
Numbers?
Yes, sir.
I was like, oh my God, I can't,
Right?
I don't get the correlation. Oh,
that was so hard because
gonna
that's the
look
first thing
stupid.
that comes to mind. Yeah. So a type of corn porridge commonly found in the southern United States.
corn porridge in the southern, gruel?
Close.
Corn porridge. It's not chowder, which you'd think that's not a G.
I'm going to give you a clue. I don't know if you'll get this or not, but Mel's Diner. Remember Flo from Mel's Diner?
Yeah.
Al, kiss my...
Grits.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. All right. You're making it way too easy for me.
I know.
All right. You're a good guy.
Some who's really overweight is what? Starts with an O.
Obese?
Yes, sir.
All right.
And
That's kind
Scott
of a
spelled
mean one.
bingo.
Wow.
Yay.
I think it's my first time spelling bingo. The average one of these with wheels travels about 8 miles a year.
A bicycle.
No, you are so close to it right now. You're on fire.
A chair.
A chair. There you go.
Wow.
Rolling. All right. You got anything else under there?
5 and 15, 5 and 10 match game.
Ooh, that sounds tough.
So I'll ask an easy question,
Okay.
and you just need to give me 5 answers in 15 seconds.
Almost impossible. Okay.
So you have 15 seconds to name 5 comfort foods.
Chicken soup, biscuits. Oh, gosh, I don't know. Macaroni and cheese with bacon, and macaroni and cheese with pulled pork.
I don't know if we can triple dip like that.
Can't triple dip.
There's no rules.
I'm just going to say chicken soup, macaroni and cheese, anything mom made. Yeah. All comfort foods.
Yep. And that one, that kind of question, to me, seems a little bit subjective.
It is.
Because everybody has their own comfort food.
That's right. Let's see if I got a couple more for Alan. This could be fun. Time Cop.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. So it's time for you to play Time Cop and catch which of the following events did not happen in 2003.
Ooh.
All right. The Sixth Sense in theaters. The Space Shuttle Columbia disintegrating. Voters in California recalling Governor Gray Davis and electing Arnold Schwarzenegger. Mythbusters premiering on Discovery Channel. Madonna in media controversy by kissing Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. Where was I?
Nobody wants to see Madonna kissing.
Yeah, which one of these? Yeah, actually, which one does not excite me at all. So, which one of those did not happen in 2003?
I kind of want to say it was a space shuttle.
You kind of want to? I'm going to say you shouldn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I thought that was 2004 for some reason. I don't know, Scott.
It was The Sixth Sense. That was actually 1999. So that's a tough one.
Is it that old?
It is that old.
Wow.
And that's a tough one, too. All right. Let's see here. I think those are the last ones I had, too. I do have a couple other things before we go to break, though, that we could do. I thought this was kind of cool. It was the weirdest places people had to quarantine.
Oh, no.
Okay. Over 20 members of a Bolivian pan flute orchestra became stuck in quarantine on the grounds of a grand 15th century palace outside of Berlin for more than 2 months.
Woo.
Yeah. Group arrived in Germany on March 10th, but after Bolivia closed its borders, the orchestra was stranded on the 600-acre estate. To pass the time, they played soccer, took walks, and they were careful to avoid the wolves, is what it says.
Wow.
Lots of wolves there, I guess.
Wow, dude.
15th century palace. That's pretty cool. All right. Australians have found themselves arriving on cruise ships at the port of Fremantle in March were made to spend 14 days in quarantine on Rottnest Island, a holiday hotspot known for its stunningly clear waters, white sand beaches, and selfie-loving marsupials called quokkas. Passengers were made to stay at the island's accommodations, including hotels, bungalows, cabins, and dormitories. Free vacation
Yeah,
on a beautiful beach. How nice would that be?
sure.
Yeah, I was quarantined at the KCHW studios.
Yeah, but that's not such a bad place to be.
Yeah, but you're all by yourself for months? Yeah, all right.
True.
All right. Disney's 11-acre Discovery Island had been closed to the public since 1999, but 42-year-old Richard McGuire ignored the no trespassing signs in May and camped there anyway. His quarantine on the former zoological park was brief. After a few days of living there, authorities found him and arrested him.
Huh.
And he was quarantined in a cell. Another one, a March closure of Paradise Park Wildlife Sanctuary in the UK. Staff decided to self-isolate with the animals so they could ensure their safety. Aw, they stayed at the zoo. That'd be an
Very
awesome
touching.
one. Yeah. Last one I have is 32-year-old marketer Brent Underwood bought the former silver mining town of Sierra Gordo in 2018. He didn't anticipate being trapped there in self-isolation, though, but that's what happened in April when it snowed 5 feet and he became stuck in the 22-building California town trying to enjoy its beauty while also keenly aware of its morbid history. Underwood said he was aware of the town's violent reputation when he bought it for $1.4 million, adding that it once had one murder per week. A TV show called Ghost Adventures once investigated the town and found that it was haunted by ghosts of 2 children who died after being trapped in a closet.
Wow.
Wow, it's extra scary.
That is scary.
It is scary. All right, I thought I had another good one. I don't, but it looks like it's time for a break anyways.
Fair enough.
Oh, this is good for you. This is what it was. Do-it-yourself jobs. Since you're kind of like, a contractor guy, do-it-yourself jobs that we're most scared of doing. 2/3 of adults have a do-it-yourself job too scared to do. Chuck should have been here for this one, too, because he used to be a maintenance man.
Right.
Things like wall mounting a TV, putting up a shelf, replacing a faucet, among the most feared tasks. Researchers polled 2,000 adults, found the average person has 4 home improvement tasks they're actively putting off. Do you have one, Mr. Milani?
I do.
Which one have you been putting off and why?
Getting the moss off of my roof because I don't want to slip on the moss and fall off of the second story of my house.
Dude, there's no way I'd get on the roof of your house.
I know.
I've seen your house.
I know.
Wow.
But I need to get up there and do it. I've got some moss on one
that
side
would
of the
definitely
house.
be Alan lives in like a Dracula mansion with really steep peaks and stuff.
It's not made out of stone.
Kind of looks like it is. No, it's a nice place, but the Keebler elves are scared.
Yeah.
No, that's really tall. Yeah,
It's very tall.
I had to do that one time on a garage, a carport basically, but it had a really steep pitched roof. And I went on the other side and I didn't have any gear, so I tied an extension cord, a really long one, to a tree on the other side of the roof and threw it over the roof. And then I climbed up the back side of the roof to clean it and tied off to the extension cord. So you might, get some more extension cords or something. Just
That's one way to do
don't
it.
plug them in, though, because they'll come apart.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
He has an extension cord, but he plugged it in.
Thanks for pointing that out to me, too, because I would have done it.
You might have, yeah. That's funny. Sorry. Let's see. I had one. I was putting it off. I bought a mirror a month ago. It's super heavy. And I'm just afraid to hang it and have it break. So I didn't hang it good enough and stuff. But I finally did it the other day, and it looks beautiful.
Heavy enough to where you need to find a stud to put the mount in.
Total.
Right?
Yeah. That's the only way. Definitely heavy. Yeah. It's a weapon and a mirror.
Nice.
Yeah. Be like, what was that movie? Those movies, Final Destination. This is a mirror that would take you out. So,
yikes.
Yeah, it's on the ceiling too. No, just kidding. Not a ceiling.
Oh boy.
All right, it's just a joke. Don't start picturing it. All right, do-it-yourself jobs we're most scared include plastering a wall, fixing a leaky toilet, tiling a bathroom, installing carpet.
Hey, okay.
Laying a patio, tiling a kitchen, replacing a faucet, installing a deck, fixing a leaky faucet, wall mounting a TV, putting up a light fixture. That doesn't seem scary.
Can be.
I guess if you're drilling into the ceiling in the house and stuff, yeah, it can be kind of off-putting. Putting up wallpaper, nobody does that anymore. Cleaning the gutter, putting up a shelf, putting up a curtain rod. Do you ever get phone calls for wallpaper?
No. No, not in about a year.
Yeah.
I have gotten a few, but yeah.
My sister used to have a wallpapering business.
Yeah.
It's the keyword used to.
Right.
You used to. All right, we're going to break.
Darn Sherwin-Williams.
Did they make wallpaper at one time?
No, they put us all out of business because they make good paint.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we're going to have local birthdays with Alan Milani. Of course, we always have that Oz news for you, and we got some other news stories, too. Stick around. It's your morning show right here on KCHW 102.7. We're going to roll out some news and thank a sponsor, Northern Lights Public Radio.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW Shawila.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, September the 15th, 2022. I'm Mike Clifford. The budget process for Wisconsin's largest city is ramping up, and there are concerns. Residents in underserved areas won't receive as much priority due to a lack of representation.
Milwaukee's Common Council currently has 4 vacant seats, but it's poised to adopt a city budget later this fall. While Milwaukee has seen more diversity in some neighborhoods, it still ranks high for racial disparities. State Senator Lena Taylor, a Democrat from Milwaukee, worries that issue will play out as budget negotiations take shape, and areas in need of economic jolt might not get the help they need.
You can go to neighborhoods where you can see the vacant houses, the city lots that have not been manicured, or for that matter, even garbage picked up.
In August, the city held its Budget Education Week for the public to learn more about the process. Taylor credits the mayor's office for holding an extra meeting this week for districts lacking council representation, but hopes other elected members are mindful of the void when casting votes. I'm Mike Moen.
The next step in the budget process involves the mayor delivering his proposed spending plan to the council. That happens on Tuesday. A bill that would make tribal governments equal partners with the federal government in managing a pair of Arizona land preserves advanced in the U.S. House on Wednesday.
The measure would establish the Great Bend of the Gila and Palo Verde National Conservation Areas and designate a panel of 13 tribal governments to jointly manage the lands with the U.S. Bureau of Land Management. Much of the 400,000 acres is considered sacred and ancestral lands by Native Americans. The bill's sponsor, Arizona Representative Raul Grijalva, says he and others have been working on the plan for more than a decade.
The bill will protect tens of thousands of acres of new conservation lands and wilderness across the landscape dotted with petroglyphs, ancient structures and settlements, and other cultural artifacts and monuments.
For the first time, tribal governments and the BLM would share responsibility for protecting the area, considered one of the most culturally significant and ecologically fragile landscapes in the U.S. If Congress approves conservation status, the areas would be permanently protected. Mark Richardson reporting.
Now from the New York Times, more than 70 million Americans who receive Social Security benefits can expect an inflation adjustment to their monthly checks next year that will be the largest in 4 decades. Government inflation figures for August released Tuesday point to a Social Security cost of living adjustment known as the COLA of about 8.7%. The Times notes the 8.7% estimate by the group Senior Citizens League is lower than the League's prediction last month of 9.6%. The revision reflects the recent slight cooling of inflation. This is PNS. President Joe Biden's Bipartisan Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act is expected to bring more than 300 jobs to Wyoming. to clean up and plug so-called orphaned oil and gas wells on public lands.
Bob Laresh is a longtime advocate for restoring Wyoming's iconic landscapes after drilling. He says wells abandoned by oil and gas producers pose a serious hazard for drinking water, agriculture, and wildlife habitat.
They leak methane, they leak volatile organic compounds, which are toxic, and it just lasts forever.
The U.S. Bureau of Land Management requires oil and gas operators to post bonds before drilling to ensure cleanup, but Laresh notes that bonds can be as low as $10,000 on leases with 20 separate wells. Industry groups and operators have pushed back against efforts to make bond amounts equal to the costs of restoration, arguing that price would reduce exploration, limit outputs, and increase dependency on foreign energy. I'm Eric Galatas.
And the Biden administration's recent move to cancel some student debt is welcome news to many, but challenges remain for others.
The racial equity gap among student loan borrowers is known to be a problem, with studies documenting a number of troubling statistics over time. U.S. Department of Education research has illustrated that the average black student loan recipient owes more than the original amount borrowed 12 years after entering college, and that 20 years after entering school, the average black borrower owes 95% of his or her original debt. Kyle Thompson with the Ohio-based Center for Community Solutions says it's important to look at the larger picture when trying to understand the different outcomes among borrowers.
That in a lot of cases, the economic conditions that black students coming into school with, whether it's some structural things that's making it hard for them to be able to stay in school or even graduate school and then find opportunities that can help them pay off their loans.
Brett Pivotal reporting.
Finally, Edwin J. Vieira tells us a new internship program is looking to investigate health disparities among Massachusetts' immigrant population.
According to a 2021 report, residents in the city of Chelsea, 45% of whom are foreign-born, said fear of immigration repercussions prevented them from seeking critical health care. Leah Zalman Center Director Jessica Santos says in developing the program, she found pushback in wanting to pay the interns a decent wage, with many believing the experience alone would be more valuable.
Paying interns gives folks who are in underrepresented communities and less elite spaces the ability to actually do an internship.
Rather than just going to some of the more elite schools in the state, she wants to cast a wide net across schools for all immigrant scholars interested in being a part of the program.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported, heard on radio stations big and small, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
Might help if I turned up the microphone. We're back. It's KCHW 102.7. Alan Milani and Scott Allen with you on a Thursday. Our buddy Chuck Ritchie had some stuff going on a broken computer this morning, but he did post on Facebook that he's here. And he heard that question I asked about him being a maintenance man and projects that guys are afraid to do around the house. And he says, as a former maintenance man, I put off all my do-it-yourself projects, kind of like the cobbler's children having no shoes. So apparently his kids don't have shoes either. Huh. All right, and he knew the answer to the G in Breakfast Bingo. It was grits. All right.
Nice.
All right, I should have been watching, so... No.
He knows a lot of stuff.
He knows a lot of stuff. He's like, I think they used to do, I don't know if they still do brewery at the trivia at the brewery. And right. Him and his little group of friends and his wife had won several times. I guess they were the team to beat for trivia.
Sweet.
All right, let's move along this morning. Let's see if we got any local birthdays. Alan, Milani, you got that Lions Club calendar?
We are stacked today.
Yay.
We have Damian L. Howder, Terrence Bell Town, Kimber Noland, William Peters, Jim Biancardi, Tim Whitley, Evan Whitehead, and Jill Chalmers.
Wow, what's up with all the birthdays? Chances are you're going to see at least one of those people. Tell them we were talking about it on the radio. Don't tell them what we said.
Right.
All right, and then roll out the happy birthday and maybe take him a gift. Alan likes flowers. Celebrity birthdays. Guy nobody likes. Tommy Lee Jones. No, we like him. 76. Oliver Stone, the director, 76. Reality star Visa Vanderpump, 62. I think I'd change my last name.
Yeah.
What
was she in?
I have no idea. Reality star. Do you watch reality shows ever?
Now, once in a great while,
Yeah.
I'll catch an episode of something here and there, but
Big
none
fan
of it's reality.
Big fan of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, are you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. Josh Charles from The Good Wife and Sports Night, 51. Tom Hardy from Dunkirk and The Dark Knight Rises. And didn't he play Venom, too?
He did.
All right. I wonder why they left that out, because those are two huge movies for him. 45.
He did a fantastic job in Venom.
Yeah, he does. He's awesome. Funny and horrible at the same time. I love movies like that.
Right. He was in Mad Max.
Yes, the new one,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Got to meet the original guy that was like the bad guy in Mad Max 2. He was actually in Chihuahua for when they were shooting the Rum Runners movie. Vernon, I can't remember his last name now. But yeah. Cool. All right, moving along. Marissa Ramirez from Blue Bloods is 45. Ben Schwartz from House of Lies and Parks and Recreation is 41. And Schwartz always gets me.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Prince Harry is 38, and TV personality Heidi Montag from The Hill, also from The Hills, is 36. And we go on to some history with our teacher, Alan Milani.
Our teacher. And if you learned anything today, it won't be the truth. In 1916, during the Battle of Somme in France, tanks were first used in warfare when the British rolled them onto the battlefields.
Wow, 1916.
1916. In 1965, Green Acres made his television debut on CBS with Eddie Albert as Oliver Wendell Douglas and Eva Gabor as his wife, Lisa.
Totally mismatched couple.
Yeah, I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
1971, 12 members of the Don't Make a Wave Committee founded Greenpeace, the environmental organization committed to a green and peaceful world.
Now, haven't they done some things that weren't so peaceful, though?
I'm pretty sure they probably have.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
In 1982, Gannett published the first issue of USA Today. The lead story was the auto accident death of Princess Grace of Monaco. What a first story.
Yuck.
In 1999, a man who tried to rob a bank in Dresden, Germany, got a surprise. Wearing a mask and carrying a gun, the would-be bandit cursed and fled when remodelers told him the bank had moved out several days earlier. That's poor planning.
Oh, arg, foiled again.
In 2001, President George W. Bush identified Osama bin Laden as the prime suspect in the September 11 terrorist attacks and told Americans to prepare for a long, difficult war against terrorism. In 2013, Japan switched off its last working nuclear reactor.
Really?
And yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what this says right there in black and white. Must be true.
Huh.
2018, archaeologists found the oldest known brewery and remains of 13,000-year-old beer in a cave in Israel belonging to nomadic Natufian people.
And then Alan drank it.
And it was wonderful. It was properly aged.
Yeah, 13,000-year beer.
Tasted like lutefisk.
And Limburger cheese.
Limburger cheese. In 2019, Norman Lear became the oldest person to win an Emmy at 97 in the Variety Special category for ABC's Live in Front of a Studio Audience.
Okay, never heard of that.
I think I actually have heard of that, but I've never seen it.
All right.
2020, Scientific American issues its first ever presidential endorsement in 170 years by backing Joe Biden.
Yeah, that was, they didn't have a choice. It's not a big deal that they backed him. It's just because they didn't have a choice.
Right.
Nothing that special. They just felt like they didn't have a choice. All right. Who knows who will go down in history as the best, right?
True.
All right. Special events, Greenpeace Day. International Day of Democracy. One for you, Alan, Make a Hat Day.
Yes.
Excellent. You can make a little pirate's hat, out of the paper.
I might try it.
All right. Send me a photo if you do. National Caregivers Day. Thank God for them, because those that need help, what would they do if there weren't people willing to be caregivers?
True story.
I think they should be paid a lot more for what they have to do.
They probably should.
All right. Something I don't think I've ever really tried isn't Cheese Toast Day. Isn't that what we call a cheese, a grilled cheese sandwich?
Grilled cheese sandwich.
I have tried to just make 2 pieces of toast and quickly throw a piece of cheese in the middle. Does not work the same.
Right. Yeah.
Cream de Mint Day. All right. Put that in your cocktail. Double
Or your
cheeseburger
coffee.
Day. That's the only way I eat a cheeseburger.
Double.
Got to be the double, right?
Doubling down.
Along with Make a Hat Day, it's Felt Hat Day.
Nice.
All right. Linguini Day.
Perfect.
Online Learning Day, something you're not doing right now if you're watching us online. Tackle Kids Cancer Day. It's Thank You Day for whatever you did, Alan, thank you.
Okay.
All right. And someday, the day to finally do all those things you've said you'll do someday.
Someday.
It's someday today.
Like get the moss off the roof.
Exactly. Wow. Good luck with that.
I don't
Number
think
for the
that'll be
day.
happening today. That'll happen someday.
It's on my someday list. Haven't you heard of that? There's 8 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
someday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and someday.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yes.
Number of the day, Alan Milani.
4.2 billion.
Ooh.
And that is a 4-inch by 6-inch photo prints developed at stores this year in the U.S.
They're still doing that, huh? Developing
They're
your
still
own photo.
doing it, apparently.
Wow, that's a strange one. All right, running on to new news and nuggets this morning. We got a few news stories. We're going to start off with Bingo, Light Bright, Nerf, all among the Toy Hall of Fame finalists. Voting opened on Wednesday for which toys should be brought into the National Toy Hall of Fame this year. A class of 22 finalists: Bingo, Breyer Horses, Catan, Light Bright, Nerf Toys, Masters of the Universe, that's He-Man, dun, dun, dun. The Pinata, Phase 10, Pound Puppies, Racco, I don't know what Racco is.
Sounds like some kind of medieval game.
Yeah. The Spirograph, I remember that.
Those were fun.
Yeah. And the Top, how simple is that? You mean, really, in the Toy Hall of Fame, the Top has been left out?
Wasn't that like the first toy ever?
Wow, what a diss.
Huh.
Poor Top. All right. So out of those, Bingo, Breyer Horses, Catan, Light Bright, Nerf Toys, Masters of the Universe, Pinata, Phase 10, Pound Puppies, Racco, Spirograph, and the Top, which would you pick?
I would go with the Spirograph.
Spirograph?
Yep.
It's kind of artistic.
Because, well, I feel like everybody had one, too.
Yeah.
And in a roundabout sort of way, it kind of taught geometry.
I love the gears, how they
Yes.
interlock and stuff. Yeah. All right. And I think just because maybe the Top.
Yep. Yep. Well, I'm with you. I don't know why that wasn't in there like ages ago.
Let's see. The public Light Bright would also be good. I remember having that as a kid. It's been around forever.
Those are kind of cool.
The public is invited to vote online through September 21st. 3 toys that receive the most public votes will make up a single player's choice ballot. That ballot will be counted alongside those turned in by a national selection committee whose members include industry experts, academics, and others. The inductees will be announced on November 10th, so you can actually go vote. Go vote. Just Google the Toy Hall of Fame. All right. All right, thieves, watching a man where he hides his keys. Alan, this is some good advice of what not to do.
Fair enough. You ever do that thing when you go to a lake or for a run when you hide your car keys somewhere on the car?
Or in your shoe?
Or in your shoe. Yeah, that's probably the worst place to hide it. Often people will put the key on top of one of the tires. Yeah, don't do that. Guy in California went surfing. He parked his car in his usual spot and hid his key in his usual spot, something he's done for years. Only this time thieves were watching. When our surfer dude went into the ocean, the thieves grabbed the car key, unlocked the vehicle, and stole the man's wallet and phone. They then went on a $37,000 shopping spree.
Wow.
Who has that kind of credit?
So obviously who was rich and not very smart.
Right?
Wow. $37,000 shopping spree. You think the credit card company could have canceled that? Noticed a problem?
Send a text saying, hey, is this a fraudulent charge?
You've bought a car and a travel trailer and a trip and yeah. All right, I'm digging this next one. I can't wait for 2024, and I got to win some money before then because I like driving, and if I want to drive an overpriced muscle car through quiet neighborhoods and rev my engine, I do it. That's why there's some good news. Now I won't have to leave my living room to annoy my neighbors. That's right. Ford has unveiled the 2024 Mustang with an available remote rev feature accessed through the key fob. So you can sit in your recliner and just go, whum, 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 whum. Works much like a car's traditional remote start. Hold down a button on the key fob and the engine starts revving. The feature uses a set RPM profile, so it will sound and rev the same way each time, but drivers can press the button over and over if they desire.
Nice.
Oh, man.
So I don't know if it's made news or not yet this morning, but Chevy or GM says that by 2035, all the vehicles that they produce will be electric vehicles.
Really?
Ford said, no way, they're not getting rid of the internal combustion engine because they think that they will be necessary well beyond 2035.
I don't know. They're sure taking over fast.
They are taking over fast. They're getting better, but
and a lot of people are screaming about the battery technology and lithium, which, well, they should. But
yes.
I like to remind them that America has always been the country of the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of that invention. And I think, I know there's companies working on it. I think we'll come out with new and fantastical battery solutions to combat this problem.
Well, I sure hope so, because it's not very good for the environment.
No, none of it is. We should all actually go back to horses.
Yeah, but then you got the methane problem.
Oh, methane. I'm not going to say what was in my head, but let's talk about, how about the Golden Retriever? Did you see that one?
Oh, with the drone?
Yeah.
Deputies from the Fremont County, Colorado Sheriff's Office found a dog that had been missing for months, and it happened accidentally. Deputies were on a training mission with one of the agency's drones and were searching an area where Farah, the Golden Retriever, was lost several months ago after a crash. Within minutes, deputies spotted the dog using the drone's infrared camera. Farah was reunited with her family and returned home, and the sheriff's office team got some valuable search and rescue training done with the drone. That's a cool story.
I like the next one, too. Also in Colorado. Rescue mission in the Colorado wilderness nearly failed when a man who got separated from his hunting party was almost overlooked by the search team, who mistook his calls for help. Emergency services were contacted last week when someone from a hunting party didn't return to their camp. Rescue helicopter immediately launched a quick scouting mission. Soon after, the pilot spotted someone they believed could have been the missing man. except the man's backpack was upside down, and so the color described by the man's hunting party friends was different. Also, the man waved at the helicopter in such a way that it appeared as if he was saying hi, not asking for help.
Hey!
How was he supposed to wave when you're looking up at a helicopter? I mean,
I don't know.
Would they be able to tell you're doing the downward motion? Pilot
Right.
said they did interpret his hand signals coming from someone in distress. So if you're ever in that situation, act like a spaz.
Right.
Because apparently, lucky for the lucky for the man and everyone involved, ground crews located him shortly after the helicopter did. And what a great title. Man lost in wilderness, nearly left behind by rescue helicopter.
Nice.
All right. And the last one, the very last one of these stories we can't skip.
Oh,
all right.
About the smeller.
Yeah.
When it comes to a man's body odor, the smell is the nose of the beholder, according to researchers who suggest a single gene may determine how people perceive body odor. The study in the journal Nature helps explain why the same sweaty man can smell like vanilla to some, like urine to others, and for about a third of adults have no smell at all.
I don't know if I really believe that because, when you're around somebody that's really stinky, everybody kind of talks about it when they leave the room.
That's a really offensive vanilla.
There's nothing. The only thing worse than to me than really bad BO is really bad breath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially with close talkers.
Yeah, and then you scoot away and they just scoot closer.
Yes.
It's like, hey, it's COVID.
Yeah.
It's still a thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry for that, Scott.
It's all right, buddy.
I didn't know.
You know now. And I
kept
have this,
wondering why you were making that funny face.
Yes. I have this favorite smell sound effect.
What is that smell? Oh,
That's the smell of desire, my lady.
God, no, it smells like a used diaper filled with Indian food. Oh, excuse me.
You know, desire smells like that to some people.
See? Like vanilla.
That's a really offensive vanilla.
I'm going to use that. You might be wearing a little too much vanilla today. All right, let's wrap everything up so you can get to work, boy.
Slap some bacon on a biscuit and let's go. We're burning daylight.
It's the world of strange. A world gone wacky.
Out here, due process is a bullet.
And some of the scariest people on the planet.
I think you're bluffing.
Be afraid.
You know, you look mighty pretty when you get mad.
It's your odd news on KCHW.
Just sit back and enjoy the show.
All right, we start off with the news attack. First part true, second statement, big fat lie. Alan, I'm going to do the first one. Can you hold up your arms like this into the camera?
Yeah.
Show us your forearms.
Today.
Oh, it's all covered up. Can you roll up
covered.
your sleeves and show it today?
Yeah.
So this fits properly. All right, you can see Alan's arm right there. Okay. Fall's almost here. I can tell because the cheap tattoos Alan got last spring are starting to change colors and fall off. I'm just kidding. What do you call those? Permanent sleeves?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
A researcher found rewatching favorite movies and TV shows is good for the brain. I'm always telling Brenda, I feel smarter after watching Dumb and Dumber.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
An 88-year-old man in India signed up for college classes. Bad news for his parents who want him to finish college, get a job, and move out already.
India doesn't have debt forgiveness.
Oh. Hey.
Yeah.
We could get him a president.
If we could get him a president.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. According to a study, you increase your risk of a stroke by 33% if you routinely work more than 55 hours a week. Well, Congress is definitely safe. I kind of like that one.
I do too.
It's only funny because it's true.
A study found another place where we have way too much methane.
Yeah.
All right. Forward again. Study found that schools with more bullies have lower test scores. Makes sense. Huh? When all the smart kids are stuffed into their lockers during a testing period, it really brings the average down.
Yeah. Yeah. Graded on a bell curve.
Uh-huh.
So a survey found that after packing on the pounds during the holidays, during the pandemic, 67% say they plan to watch what they eat over the holidays. The guy in our sales department's only eating gingerbread men who have been on the keto diet.
It's cute. All right. This is crazy. Americans spend 4 times more to fix damage to their cars caused by bad roads than state highway departments spend on repairing those roads. That's the true statement. My new car is in such bad shape, every time I go down the road, the damage it causes actually increases its value.
How does that even work?
The fender fell off. It was all rusty.
Oh, nice.
And now it'll be easier to replace. I save that much labor.
Right.
The fender removal. I don't know. Sounds good.
A guy in New York has called 911 more than 4,000 times to report crimes in an address that doesn't exist. Sounds like an idea for a new NBC drama, Law and Order Invisible Crimes Unit.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, on to the world of wacky but true. We don't add any stupid jokes. They are self-contained by the causers of these horrific events. First up, in Mexico, witnesses say a driver who lost control on a highway on-ramp was eating cereal. More importantly, Raisin Bran. That's a crime right there.
It is a crime.
It is. The Raisin Bran must have got one of those raisins caught in his throat. Caused a 3-vehicle crash. No one seriously hurt, though. What's the weirdest thing you ever seen a driver doing, Alan?
Putting on makeup.
Oh, really? That's it? The craziest
Yep.
thing? All right. I always thought brushing a teeth was a little more dangerous than putting on makeup, but I guess you could get makeup in your eye.
In a car?
Yeah.
Who brushes their teeth in a car?
I've seen it before. Going to work, you're late.
Wow.
Yeah. Spit it out the window.
Wow.
All right. Let's see. Here we go.
You know how fast you were going?
What?
How fast you were going?
65.
63.
Officer, isn't the speed limit 65?
Yeah, it is.
Huh. You know what I'd like to see is somebody like doing eye drops and driving.
Ooh.
That seems extra dangerous.
Yeah, pass. Pass.
He's in my lane, though, so it's okay.
Yeah, but he's coming at you.
You.
Okay.
He's coming at you. He's in my lane. All right, it's me. Try it later today, let you know how it works out.
Stop it.
It's okay.
A woman in China got a shock when she bought a pack of tissues and found a dead mouse wrapped inside. That was a short one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, more strange treats from the Orient.
You know what you call those?
No.
Nose goblins.
Nose
It's
goblin.
not a mouse. It's a nose goblin. Here, check it
Wow.
out. Check it out.
Wait a minute. I got it. You could play with your magic nose goblin.
They're magical.
Magic nose goblins. All right, another short one. Terrified woman in Britain dialed 911, which is 999 over there. It's not 911, it's 999. So it sounds
for
stupid
that.
when they say, hello, is this 999? Doesn't even sound like it's important.
No.
No. All right, she called to tell police there was a spider in the kitchen. She asked for an officer to be sent to her home to help remove the unwanted intruder. One is reminded that 999 is for urgent matters only and not for bugs.
Maybe it was urgent for her.
It sounds like it was.
The spider's new.
Spider? Yes, the spider. Even the smallest bite from Arachnus dethicus will instantly paralyze. Oh! Get off!
Arachnus dethicus.
Yes, best. I had no idea that cats are scared of spiders.
Are they really?
Yeah. So my cat, she's got the spider, and she's doing the paw thing. Put the paw down, let it up, let the spider go a few feet. Put the paw down, let it go, a few inches, put the paw down, and she puts her paw down and picks it up, and the spider's gone. And she's holding her paw up in the air, and she looks at her arm and sees the spider crawling on it and jumps like 5 feet in the air, and the legs go out, and pew!
Wow.
Scared the heck out of her.
Wow.
It's on me. It's on me.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh, wow, they're just like little kids.
I keep seeing these videos online. People will like put a cucumber on the ground near their cat when the cat's not looking.
What's up with that?
And then I don't know, but they jump when they see that cucumber.
Mooch is so old, I'm afraid I'd give her a heart attack again.
You probably would. I wouldn't suggest it.
All right. Next up. Oh, another fun one for Alan.
A naked motorcyclist.
Ooh.
So a naked German motorcyclist wearing just a scarf and sunglasses crashed his bike after he was stung on his big toe by a bee. The man who had been driving to the swimming area at a nudist colony lost control of the bike as he tried to kick the insect away. Luckily, he escaped with just a shoulder injury and minor cuts and bruises.
Huh? You think that's where he was really stung, or that's just what they preferred to tell us?
I think that's what they just preferred to tell us.
I've got images in my brain I'll never get out.
It's the last time I go to Germany.
Yeah, I'm scratching that trip off my list. All right, brief hostage situation in a bank in Lebanon ended on Wednesday when an apparent armed woman and her associates left the bank carrying more than $13,000 in cash from her own account. Huh? Exactly.
Okay.
Lebanon's banks have been locked. Most depositors have been locked out of their savings since a financial crisis took hold 3 years ago, leaving much of the population unable to pay for basic needs. It was the second such incident in Lebanon in around a month after a man in mid-August held up another bank to withdraw his funds to treat his sick father. So she robbed a bank to get her own money. The funny thing is they actually had it to give it to her, right?
Right.
All right. Let's see what we know about money.
And by the way, it's not about making money. It's about taking money. Destroying the status quo, because the status is not quo. The world is a mess.
Yes, it is. The entire world, apparently. And we go to a bar in my home state of North Dakota with Alan Maloney.
A woman walked into a North Dakota Matic bar carrying a raccoon, and now officials have warned those who had contact with the animal about possible rabies exposure. Bartender Cindy Smith said she was serving drinks last week when a local resident brought in the animal during happy hour. There were about 10 people in the saloon at the time, she said. Smith said she immediately asked the woman to leave, but instead she took the raccoon around the bar to show another customer. The woman eventually departed with the animal after about 5 minutes.
Oh, here's my raccoon and rabies and maybe even some COVID. Wow, who does that?
Right.
What if you were one of her friends at the bar?
You know, if I were to die right now due to the carelessness of a friend, well, that'd just be okay.
Totally okay.
Just be okay.
Just okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here today, Mr. Alan Maloney. All right. Round of applause. And we thank Chuck Ritchie for at least listening online.
He bumped us up in the listener ratings.
Yes. We're up to 3 now. Thank you, Chuck. All right. And thank you for listening on the radio and on one of our many video platforms, whether you're checking out our website, Facebook, or YouTube. We appreciate you coming along for the ride. Tomorrow morning, it is myself, Philip Dutton, and Michelle Williams. Join us for the week wrap-up right here on Northern Lights Public Radio. All right, Alan, thank you so much again.
Thanks for having me, sir.
All right. You have a great day at work, and you have a great day at work also. And keep on listening to KCHW 102.7.
I've got images in my brain I'll never get out.
Wait, I got it. You could play with your magic nose goblins.
Spider? Yes, the spider. Even the smallest bite from Arachnus dethicus will instantly paralyze. Ow! Get it off!
That's great. Go ahead, make your jokes, mister. Joke maker.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on